Hey guys!
So I know a lot of you have had questions about my recent accident. So any way I can update you and tell you stuff, just comment below.
Yeah, we'll try to answer as many as we can.
So the GoFundMe and people reaching out really helped me and is super inspiring and makes me feel better every day. So I have something called Alexia, so I can't read, but I can talk-ish. But yeah, people can luckily send me messages and send voice notes, so luckily my phone reads to me.
So in March, Caitlin will be getting vocal cord injections to help with her voice.
And as you guys can see, I had a huge surgery on my neck.
Yeah, so we're hoping that it'll improve her voice and hopefully with swallowing because she also can't swallow. I second this.
And I feel like all the support from you guys really helps me stay motivated, so thank you. Not that I remember, but I did have very vivid nightmares and dreams.
Yeah, she would tell my mom and I that she was in a room begging people to let us or say goodbye to my mom and I, and they kept telling her no, and that was like a terrible nightmare she had.
So I feel like the prayers really help me. So if you don't mind thinking about me eating again, that'll help a lot. Thank you.
She can't swallow from her surgery, and so she's still eating through a tube, and that's one of the biggest struggles we still have. I'm going to address this one. It's super interesting because a lot of her memory is intact, but there's also a lot of gaps. So she does have memories that come back usually when people tell her stories, but there's a lot missing as well.
So there's nothing that triggers me right now, so don't worry about that. And if you don't mind being patient with me, I tend to forget a lot of things. Well, I'm out of the hospital now, so that's good. And therapies have been good, so that's good as well. And I have a lot of appointments as well. And yeah, it's all going pretty well. She is the best sister. So right now I'm using a walker, which is really cool. But when the therapist is there, I can walk as long as she assists me without a walker.
Yeah, balance and coordination is still hard for her sometimes, but the goal is for her to not need a walker.
To be honest, I like both.
That was a super emotional day for me because we shaved her head in the hospital with one of the nurses, and it just felt like it was one more thing the accident was taking from her. But she woke up and she was like, "Who cut my hair? It's
Fair question.
It was a scooter accident in Bali. She was found on the side of the road at around 3:30 in the morning. We stay in touch with the guy who found her. We don't know the details of what happened that night. She has no memory of the actual accident.
Thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
International SOS was the best, so we are so grateful.
Well, to be fair, this does suck, but having positivity and motivation, like getting out of the house, really helps. I get to write in a journal now. Stuff like that is really good for me. From what I remember, yes.
For me, it was hard to tell for a long time, and I didn't even want to know the answer to it because I was so afraid that she wouldn't remember me. But when she was responding to yes or no questions with blinks, she did say.
So I went on a silent retreat just before I got into the accident, so that's the last thing I remember, but it was good. I miss everyone from Volume Medicine so much. It was like home to me. Miss you guys.
It was the first place that she remembers, and we advocated so hard to get into the rehab program, and it will forever hold a special place in our heart. So I actually don't really know the exact timeline for when she was in a coma, vegetative state, or minimally conscious state because she was so in and out of sedation because she was having seizures. But the first thing she remembers is Valley Med, which was months after the accident.
Mostly yes, but I used to love traveling, and I don't know if I'll ever do it the same again, but I do like it still, so maybe I'll get to do it again. Surround yourself with people you trust and buy travel insurance too.
Yes, please buy travel insurance. It saved us with so many of the medical bills, and although they didn't pay for evacuation, it helped so much while she was in the hospital. I would say just encouraging as much family involvement as possible, and also just treating the patient like a person. And Stanford ICU did such a great job about telling Caitlin before they did anything like pushing meds or moving her or doing a procedure before she was conscious.
you so much. I feel so supported.
I'm leaving now, and so we're going to continue answering questions over the next few days because we didn't expect to receive so many.
But if you want to send me a personal message, that's fine too. So to be honest, I don't remember, but I know they talked to me and played music for me a lot, and I do think that helped me. The most challenging part of my day is not being able to swallow, and because of that I have to do throat exercises, and that can be difficult to do them every day. So I moved to Bali to start a company, and my business partner and I decided, because it was cheap enough and we liked the culture, it was a good place to go. So I was confused why I was there, but people explained it to me luckily.
When she first woke up, she didn't know the date, the year, the president, anything. So it took a lot of repetition for her to kind of get oriented with where she was.
In Bali, the doctors gave me like 1% chance of living.
But I think once she came to the U.S. and we learned more about her injury, there was more hope, although I don't think anyone ever expected this kind of progress.
Gelato and Mexican food. Yeah, I hope so. I've been working with speech therapy to hopefully learn everything again.
Right now, it's almost like going back to kindergarten and kind of sounding out 3-letter words. So, she's being a trooper about it.
I don't know, it's so weird. I can write, but I can't read. It's so interesting.
It is the most bizarre thing. She will write like 3 pages in her journal, everything perfectly spelled, but she can't for the life of her read it back. And it's due to Alexia.
I used to have a blood clot from my ankle to my hip, which is unfortunate, but now I have it from my knee to my hip. By being hopeful, but with the progress that I think I can make, and by having so much support. I'm so happy I have a personality. Yay!
When she woke up and I told her she had been unconscious for several months, she goes, "I'm back."
So I remember quite a little bit, but it helps me when people tell me stories or show me pictures. So I realized once I was in rehab a few months after the accident.
But her doctors, even before that, were telling her every day what happened and where she was before she was even conscious. They would tell her that in the morning during rounds.
My vision is not what it used to be, but now at least I can see. And sometimes I see double of things, but very rarely.
And she used to not be able to see out of the right side of her right eye, but it actually came back. So we're still going.
It's nice sleeping through the night and being in the comfort of my own home and seeing more friends and family.
So we received way more questions than I think we anticipated. So we're going to take a little break from answering them, but we might do another Q&A in the future sometime.
And thank you for everyone's support and encouragement. It means a lot to me, and I'll keep you updated on my journey from now on.
All right, bye.